Okay, this is part two of the video. Now, looking at all the food you eat, there's a lot of sugar in there and a lot of grains.
Yes.
And in the cell, in the mitochondria, if you burn sugar or glucose, your primary fuel, you make 4 grams of energy. Okay. You can either burn glucose or fat. You can burn protein, but it hits the liver and turns to sugar first and then burns. So protein makes 9 grams of energy. Fat makes 9 grams of energy.
Yes.
Okay. Proteins and sugars and carbs, well, carbs turn to sugar, at least 40% of them, they make 4 grams of energy.
Okay.
So if you're burning sugar or carbohydrate, okay, because you're only making 4 grams of energy, you've got to eat 3 times a day or 4 times a day. Okay. If you burn fat, you make 9 grams of energy. So it means you've got to eat less, it's more convenient, and you don't feel more energetic, you just have energy for longer. Because you're making 9 grams, okay, you get energy for longer, so you don't need to, it's more convenient in my life. I've taught my body to burn fat, so I only need to eat 2 and a little bit times a day. Okay. But looking at what your foods you eat, you're eating too much sugar and too many grains and not enough fat. Okay, and probably protein and not enough eggs. So, what I'm going to do is design a diet for you to what we call modify. There's not a lot in there that's, we've got to lower the sugar and we'll get you some more fat and lower the grains. But I know you're Italian, you eat a lot of pasta.
Yeah.
So this is kind of ingrained because we have to look at culture issues.
Yeah.
You understand? I can't just say, look, you can't do this.
Yeah.
Because if it's embedded into your culture, I have to respect that. So, getting up and having 2 pieces of toast with some Nutella chocolate on there is not really ideal because it's one in wheat. All the nutrition's gone in the process. So you're better off having, 2 or 3 eggs with some spinach in the pan and some mushrooms or something like that, or sweet potato or something. It's probably because of the time, isn't it? You just do the toast.
Yes,
because
it's very fast.
That's right.
Yeah.
But
sometimes I eat the toast while I'm doing work.
Yeah. Well, this is right. But the consequences are diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol.
What?
I'm not saying, maybe. We know this is a fact. We know
It's going to happen.
Well, yeah. If you're always eating sugar and carbohydrates, these are the consequences that could. You develop obesity and then heart disease, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes. So I'm going to design a diet for you so it's a little bit more high in fat. You can still keep some of your carbohydrates, but we need to, and you're not eating enough fruit.
Yeah, no, that's a problem.
Because we need the sugar we're taking out of your diet. We can get the sugar from the fruit, which is called fructose. The sugar in the fruit is called fructose. So, but we can't take the carbs out of your diet so quick because you get the swap over. Because the enzyme's not available, the lipase enzyme, as I discussed before to burn the fat. Okay, we can't just take out the carbs because the cells need an energy.
Yeah.
And if the enzyme's not available to burn the fat, then you get these almighty food cravings. Some people get headaches or withdrawal headaches because you've taken all the grains out and all the sugars and put the fat in. And the body's really not prepared. It takes about 2, 3, 4 weeks for the body to then, the enzyme to become available to burn the fat.
Okay.
I mean, you don't drink a lot of alcohol.
No.
So
No.
there's not a lot of sugar there. You don't drink diet soda or fizzy drinks, which is brilliant because in Coke there's high fructose corn syrup. Now this messes with the hormones,
Oh yeah.
and the fructose tells the brain that you're not full.
Oh yeah.
It switches off the hormone. Okay, it's like there's the world expert. He's called Richard. He wrote the book called The Fat Switch, and fructose is one of them. It turns it off so that it doesn't tell the hypothalamus, the brain, that
Yeah.
you're full.
Ah,
What it means is you've got to keep eating.
And yeah, then
Okay.
building up fat.
So, sugars, grains, because they turn to sugar. I mean, you don't drink diet soda, so which is good. But I mean, some of the carbohydrates you can keep. Okay. You can have bread, but not every day, because you're having pasta and bread. They're your primary fuels.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah. Well, you see, because they're carbs, 40 to 60% turn to sugar. So you're going to get the dreaded, it's called a metabolic disease or metabolic syndrome, which is high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart disease, or diabetes. If you've got any one of them, they've just shortened it now and called it metabolic syndrome. Okay, these sugars and grains drive these. I'm not saying maybe, it's a fact of life. Okay, so you can have some, but we've got to load them, and then we're going to put in some fat. We'll put in more fruit, so you get your sugar, get your fat. So the energy we're taking out, we're replacing. Okay, you can't just go cold turkey. And the things we need from foods, vitamins and minerals we get from the foods we eat, but we're not always too sure what's in there. We don't know where they're grown. We're not scientists. We don't know what minerals. I can tell you, we get magnesium from spinach and kale and stuff like that. So, and you don't supplement, do you?
No.
No. Well, this is another thing we're going to have to. That costs money, so.
Yeah.
But anyway. But if you eat fresh, it goes a long way. And you don't drink alcohol. Only 1 or 2 a week, which is
1
nothing.
2 beer a week. No.
And the other things is, because you don't eat a lot of fat, we need you to up your fat, so so eggs, butter, grass-fed meats, get a bit of fat from grass-fed meats. Avocado is another good one. Nuts, flax seeds, things like this. Even in the course we do, they even recommend if you get a food craving to have some flaxseed on, because I'm sure it's a medium chain triglyceride, and it would turn to energy like coconut oil.
Oh, okay.
So it will get rid of that hunger. Yeah, once that lipase enzyme is working. But your BMI is good. It's 26, so it's not something to be worried about. We just need to take the grains out, add some fats, add some more antioxidants, fresh food, some fruit, and you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll try.
Thanks.
Thank you.